incredibly proud to say that I am this year's Team Camera Operator for the Canadian soccer team, football from where I'm from, for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Now, I'm under heavy NDAs until the end of the tournament, so this isn't going to go out until after, which means I can retrospectively go through and tell you what I've done, where I've been, and why I've done it. And I'm just going to do a sort of generic, here's how this job worked, and here's how it went, and here's all the B-roll, and here's all the cool stuff we did. We started off in Dallas with training, so things like using a TVU and doing live broadcast and being a camera operator for a more news-style workflow, as well as things that are going to be seen by millions, if not billions of people, which is really cool. I'll be doing things like the player profiles, so you'll see all of these like mad backgrounds, and when they pose and they look all cool, and that gets played everywhere to everyone, and everybody wants it. It's the most seen asset of any World Cup, and I'm shooting Canada's. I'll share as much BTS as I can, and I'll talk about as much as I'm allowed to. I won't be able to do any of this in situ. I won't be able to talk to the camera in situ. That's not going to be a thing. I might not be the most interested in football, soccer, as a sport, but I've worked with some of the biggest teams in the Premier League. I've done some really cool work with loads of different clubs, and come on, it's the biggest sport in the world. Can't really argue. So I'm here, I'm doing it, and I'm really excited about it. And I couldn't be happier to be with Canada. Cut me, I bleed maple syrup, dude. Like, this is my place. This is my vibe. Currently, we're in Toronto. Yeah, this is sick. Let's go. So far, what we've done is we've had training in Dallas for all of the different parameters of the job, the live broadcasting that we have to do, and using certain kit like a TVU, which I don't know if I'll bother talking about, but anyway, talking through all of the workflows that we've got to manage and all of the different kinds of content that has to be captured, as well as how some of this stuff has to be made. So we're going to be using LED walls, virtual production kind of style for one of the most important pieces of content that is captured around the World Cup, which is the player profiles, and I get to do that, so this is gonna be good. I'm here with my producer Guy, who's a really nice guy. We've headed out, we've done some GVs, which is just like general view. It means just random B-roll of stuff, essentially. So that's all going to be broadcast and be given to everyone across the world to put on TV, which is really cool. And the stuff we've shot is going to go out ahead of the first match, which is pretty cool. And I'm here up until the point that Canada lose a match and get kicked out of the tournament. So my life's absolutely mental. It's just really cool. It's just, I don't know what to say. Like, this is kind of mad. Okay, everything's a mess and I need to pack because we're heading over to Vancouver for the rest of our matches in the group stage. Toronto has been incredible. Everyone in here has been so nice to me. Everyone's been really polite. And the hotel's been great. Everything is a mess, and I really need to. So much kit, so little time, so much to say, and I need to do this quick. I shot the player profiles, which get shown before every game, and so many people are going to see the stuff that I've done. It's been really nice going down for breakfast in the morning and watching the news, whatever screen is on, and seeing stuff that I've shot being broadcast. I've also shot some stuff for live and news, which is like I've been the camera guy for that. Been a part of the training sessions, been filming them, and been down at the training ground to do some interviews with the players as well, and Jesse, their head coach. And then, of course, at the match itself. But this is a really cool experience. I love my job. Almost forgot to mention, I got a new skateboard built. Yeah, I had an afternoon off, so went for a walk, found a place called So Hip in Toronto. The guys there are lovely. If you're into skating or whatever, and you're interested in those kind of brands or that kind of hardware, I definitely recommend it. I met a guy called Aiden, super lovely dude, and he set me up with a new board. Like, look at that. Anyway, Vancouver. Woo!
Okay, so time is up for me in Vancouver. Time to go to LA. We've done loads of different training session videos, loads of different interviews and features. We've done some live broadcast stuff and some match coverage as well. The match stuff I don't have to worry too much about. I don't have a brief necessarily. It's kind of, I I don't do the live. I'm not worrying about the wheels. I'm not having to do all of that anymore. Pretty stress-free. The live broadcast stuff, though, that comes with its own stresses. But that's all good. The weather has taken a bit of a turn. I don't know if you can really tell on here, but it's grey. And there's a lot of rain and a lot of wind. And what normally you can see out here, like boats and birds and stuff swimming around. None of that. It's pretty gross. Bit minging. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to LA and having another week in 20-something degrees heat, which is delightful. I've had a lot of fun with the interview so far. I've gained a bit more trust and got to sort of, shoot things a little bit more interestingly or use a few of the techniques to bring them to life a little bit. It's really hard because we've got to shoot 1080p in S-Cinetone, which breaks my heart. But it's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. Off to LA. Now I'm in LA, and all you're really going to get to see is the hotel room. I'm not here for very long. Me and Guy, my producer, we're going to head to Venice Beach this evening, maybe catch a sunset. I'll go pretend that I can skate. Beautiful city. Really, really, really sad that I'm not going to be here for much longer. One of two things is going to happen. If Canada win this match, we then go to Houston for a week and keep going in this funny thing called the World Cup. And if they lose, I fly home Monday morning, so in 2 days' time. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I'm kind of just like in limbo. I'm living out of bags. I have been living out of a bag, nine bags. I've been living out of 9 bags for about a month now. And having just done a huge trip around Europe, which I then have to continue when I get home, is kind of daunting. But it's all good. I've had an amazing experience, and yeah, I don't really know how to... It's hard to put into words exactly what's happened, how many things have happened, all the stuff we've done. But it's incredible. What's been really nice though is the team we've built such a nice relationship with them over the time that we've been here that we've got a bit more access. We got to do a bit more fun stuff and have a bit more of a fun time. What's been a challenge is actually shooting in S-Cinetone for so long and shooting 1080p, which is a FIFA deliverable. That is exactly what they have asked for. They want it in that format. Everything has to be sent from wherever you are in the US to a big system, which I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about, that then editors, producers, directors, all of these people in London can go, yep, I want that clip, I want this thing, I want that thing. And then they put together the features. So we get requests for, can you interview this player? Can you shoot this kind of thing? Can you go get some B-roll of this? And we need that, blah, blah, blah. I need an ISO of this person. So we get those requests. We then filter that to the team. The team then go, yes, no, or maybe let's see what happens. So it's a really complicated set of relationships, and everything has to go smoothly for everyone to be happy. And the idea is that we have as little friction as possible, which is why we're sent with the team. So it's not just a random person that has to meet this team again and introduce themselves and whatever. It really does help being part of, or what feels like you're part of a team for so long. But yeah, the delivery of everything's been really strange. So you don't have the dynamic range in S-Cinetone. You don't have the resolution because you've got 1080p. You have to get it right. And then the other problem, or the other challenge, is shooting for live using a TVU, which is basically this really sophisticated box with 5 or 6 SIM cards in it that transfers all of the footage out to a control room. So I've been doing a lot of that, which I've not had to do for so long. It was a bit daunting, but then you get back into the flow of it. You have to shoot so differently. Forget everything you know about video and filming that you've learned from social media, because live isn't like that. Life isn't like that. You don't get in an actual real life situation. And as irritating as those videos have become, they're pretty cool for about 3 seconds, but it's a different skill set, and it's something that I had to, not relearn, but tap into again whilst being here. And I've really enjoyed this whole experience. I actually don't know if I'm going to be here anymore, and now that's a bit of a strange one. I can't imagine what the team are feeling, because this is them, this is their life, this is what they do. I'm just documenting it. Yeah, we got deep for a second. yeah, no, I mean, reflecting on it, there's not really anything that I would have necessarily like changed. I don't really know where to take this video either. I'm in limbo, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I mean, hopefully somebody found this interesting. So many things in all of these places that I've done that I'm like, oh, I forgot that. And I'm really glad that I brought my little camera along just to capture the behind the scenes and sort of talk about what I'm doing. Because in 6 months' time, I'll forget everything. But I'll be able to look back and go, that was really cool. Like, it'll just spur my memory a little bit to be... Like, there was a really nice moment when Jesse came into the space that we were interviewing him in, and he was quizzing us on, like, British history, which he knew far more than I did. Yeah, that's just why I wanted to make this video. It's just a nice way to remember this is really cool experience, this major, like, this historical moment, whatever you want to call it, if you see it like that. Because Canada broke all kinds of records for them, the men's football team. I'm the one responsible for capturing this kind of stuff, which... It's kind of an honor, it's a privilege, it's really cool. And hopefully I've done them justice, and hopefully they don't think I'm too much of a knob. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if I'm going to sign off here. I don't know if this is the end. If it is, thanks for watching. I don't know what else to say. If this isn't where I end it, you'll see me in Houston. And I don't really know what else I'm going to talk about, because I kind of said everything I think I want to say. At this point, I'm just rambling. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go enjoy LA for the one night that I'm going to have here. But yeah. Thanks. Bye. Canada only went and won, so now I'm off to Houston. And if you're thinking, oh, this guy wears a lot of the same clothes in his videos, you'd be right. Because I'm living out of bags. 9 bags at the moment. Most of them are kit. But yeah, you would be absolutely bang on. I am wearing a lot of the same clothes, but it's a good thing that laundromats exist. Hi, off to Houston. It's been a pleasure. That's it. That's a wrap. All done. Canada lost the match in Houston. They played brilliantly. They've done more than any Canadian men's team in the World Cup ever has. They've broken so many records. It's been an honor and a privilege to be a part, even in a small part, of that team. And all the guys are great. The whole team are really lovely. They've been amazing to work with. And I do feel like we've done some really, really good work. I made a few notes. So now Canada's actually been knocked out, I can give a little bit of structure to this video, because now I'm not going somewhere else. I'm going home. And everything's a mess and I need to pack. But before I do that, I've made a little list of things that I think the people who are either getting into the industry or have never done this, or maybe they have done this and things have changed and they actually just got an interest in. I don't know. Just somebody let me know if this was any use and whether or not I should do more of this. But whatever. First one I wrote down was shoot settings. There are some really specific things that have to happen for live broadcasting, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But more often than not, you're going to be shooting 1080p, and more often than not, you're going to shoot baked in. The majority of what we did, live or otherwise, we didn't shoot any log, we didn't shoot in 4K, we shot 1080p, and the majority was S-Cinetone. There were well over 150 FX6s dotted around all the stadiums. There were a lot of Venices, FX3s, some really old school TV cameras, and we had some FS5s and FS7s. So yeah, like a lot of Sony. It did all right, but yeah, 1080p S-Cinetone. It did kill my soul a little bit. I never bake in my color ever, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how quick I'm doing something. I never ever bake in the color personally. So it did. It hurt a little bit, and 1080p. But whatever. Data management. You think there's 48 teams, and God, the amount of matches, the amount of footage, the amount of features, the amount of training video, like that's a lot of data, man. And we know that that's expensive right now. So fair play. How did I get the job? To cut a long story short, I know a guy that knows a guy. And that was it. I got an interview because I know a guy who knows a guy. And then I had another call with somebody at FIFA and they were like, yeah, cool, you seem all right. And then I got put with Canada.
I don't know the back end of that. I don't know if Canada decided. I feel like they did have a little choice in who they picked. Thanks, guys. Every job that I've ever got has always been, I've known someone, I've found somebody, I've asked the question. Yeah. Nothing's given for free either. You have to work for it. It's a privilege, but it's an earned privilege. It's something that comes with time, and I'm very lucky that I know a guy that knows a guy called Mike. So thanks, Nick. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Canada. My favourite moments. Now, there's a few really, really good ones, but I would actually say there's two that stick out to me as favourite moments of actual work. So the EPP, the enhanced player profiles, which is all of before a match, they show all of the players get shown, so the lineup gets shown, and they're all doing their celebrations and stuff. That was so much fun, and it was the first introduction to all the players and Jesse, the coach, and the whole team. So yeah, and it also you got thrown in at the deep end a little bit because me and Guy didn't know each other. And we were just here's the most pressurized, hardest, fastest thing you're going to have to do with the most technical side to it. I know you've never met, and I know you've potentially never done this before. Thankfully, I've worked with LED before. I've worked with the walls before. I knew what I was doing. Life was good, but yeah, that was fun. The other one was the Alphonso Davies interview that we got to do. It was the main feature, the big feature for the very last match. And it's something that we'd been pushing for, and the team in London had been pushing to do since day one. He's the star player. He's the big name. He's had such an incredible journey. His story's amazing. Yeah, he's just a cool dude. He's so young as well. But no, that was probably, yeah, it's up there as far as the work side of things go. Travel-wise, where have I been? So we went to Dallas at the start of June, and then did about a week or so, not even a week, 3 or 4 days worth of training on the specifics for this job and making sure we're all aligned on exactly what we have to do, when we have to do it, and how we have to do it. Everything from the way we had to paint inside the camera to do the broadcast and make sure everything lined up, as well as pick up all of the kit like the TVU and whatever. And then from Dallas, we went to Toronto, opening ceremony for Canada. And then, because I was with Canada, we had 2 matches in Vancouver. So we stayed in Vancouver for a couple of weeks, which was amazing. I love Canada. God, it's beautiful. Everybody's nice. The weather was great. Life was good. And then we lost a match. So then headed over to LA and then to Houston. So, round of 32, round of 16. Now I'm going home. So what kit did we use? Now, I wasn't sure how to do this, because there's an immense kit list, and I actually don't want to publicize that. I talk about kit a lot. I love kit. Some of it is really dull, and it's boring, and nobody needs to know about it. So I'm just going to do the 3 main things that I used, which were the FX6 main camera for everything, the Amran Ray 120C was the most used light that I had. So even when we're doing these cool setups, I used it. When we were doing smaller setups, had to be super lean, it's the only light that I used. And it's the only light that's always been used on every single feature. Whereas the 660 or my other lights that I've got with me didn't get used on everything. So Amran Ray 120C, absolutely gorgeous light. Brilliant. I love it. I travel with it. It's tiny. It's powerful. Oh, feature heavy. Good God. They perfected a light. Well, I have a couple comments, but maybe I'll do that another day. But it's brilliant. The last piece of equipment. This was used on every shoot, regardless of what camera, what lens, what lights, every single shoot. Even when I was told I have to go handheld, even when I was told that I have to go off the shoulder, I still had it with me, and it still ended up used. And that is the Satchler Flowtech 75 sticks with an Ace XL head. Fantastic bit of kit. Fastest tripod I've ever used. And yes, I have used the Potato Jet one. And no, it doesn't hold a candle to the Satchler one. No hate, but a different breed of equipment. And a honourable mention to this microphone, because I've used this so bloody much. I don't know if I've released this video before or after one of my other ones that I've done about a really long job that I've been on. But I made a point of I had to buy this microphone for a specific job. This was that job, and now I use it all the time. I'm gonna take. I can't. Like, I'll. You know what? I'll do the rest of it with this on. Did I enjoy it? Overall, I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. The whole experience has been great, and every person I've met that's been hired has been pretty fucking cool. I mean, I've traveled a lot. I've done some cool shit, and I've made some cool shit. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Ooh, FCC or FTC. So, to explain my role a little bit better, we had 2 types of camera crew across the World Cup for the host broadcast, which is the team that I was on. So we have FCC and FTC. So you have FIFA City crew. So whoever that is gets based in a city. They don't leave, and they support the camera operators that come, i.e. me. They get VTs, they do all sorts of stuff, but they're solely based in one location the whole time. FTC, FIFA Team Camera Operator. That was me. So I got put with the team, and I travelled around. I don't know which one I'd prefer. I think doing it a second time, if I wasn't with Canada, I maybe would prefer the FCC and be based in a single place, just for a different experience. Plus, I feel like I'm a little bit Canadian, so if I'm not with the Canadian team again, like, I don't know. I've kind of answered this a little bit. Would I do it again? Now, you've got the Women's World Cup, which is inbound, and then you've also got the Olympics, which will be held in LA, both of which I would love to do, especially the Olympics. The varied sports, all the stuff like that. And it's a world that I am a bit more familiar with and a bit more into than football as well. So this type of job, yes, absolutely. I would do it again. Would I do another World Cup? Yeah, probably, if someone asked. It's a World Cup. I don't really know how else to explain that. Like, I've had a great time. Money is so, but it's volume. Day rate might not sound amazing, but the actual amount of days you do and the guaranteed amount that you get, yeah, it's kind of worth it. Hopefully this was interesting and useful to somebody. If it was, like, please can somebody just tell me? I know there's only like 5 people that watch this, and I put so much effort into capturing stuff, silly videos that I make, but no, seriously, like, if this was interesting or useful, I'd really love to know. Because if it's not, I'll just make little films everywhere I go and not actually do any of this bit. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you thought it was interesting, let me know. Hopefully this gives a bit of insight into what it's actually like to do a job that people don't really know enough about and don't really understand. This isn't content creation. This isn't Instagram and YouTube. This is the real work that, like, 2 billion people tune in to see. So it's kind of hard to describe and explain. There's so much I'm not allowed to say. There's so much that just professionally would be a bit weird to say. But yeah, I know. Like, hopefully it's insightful enough. Hopefully it's interesting enough. And if you did actually find it useful or anything, please tell me, so I know whether or not to keep talking. But yeah, it's been a ride. I still haven't figured out how to sign these off. Right. On to the next one.